And my PPT all visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
So, very good afternoon to everybody. And I'm Dr. Shireen Zafar. And although I am a computer engineer, but this topic of inclusive education and community engagement and also social upliftment is very dear to me. And there's a small story behind it why it's dear to me because I am also, as told by ma'am, I am a Unnat Bharat Abhiyan coordinator for Jamia Hamdard. And thinking about Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, we normally think that it is something related to the upliftment of poor or something like that. But the real motive of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, I would like to tell you, is very closely related to inclusivity. It's very closely related to education, and it is very closely related to ICT. Now, why? Because Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is supported by, and the main is IIT Delhi. When you talk about IIT Delhi, you always say you always think about education, and when we talk about education, when the number one institution in all over, it's, I think, IITs are very like nobody can ignore on the fact that IITs fall into the very specific scenarios of providing quality education. And now, what's the purpose? What IIT and Unnat Bharat Abhiyan are doing? They are encouraging higher education institutions and especially the technical institution to give back to the society. Now, giving back to the society, I think, is a very, very important specification. And through education, for example, if I have some electronic students with us, they built a small dustbin, and there's an IoT based dustbin. So what we do, we from our from our department take those dustbins, take, and we have adopted 5 villages. So we educate them, and it is not only about specifying or telling them, it is about giving them important specification regarding education, regarding ICT, regarding even when you are talking about sanitization, even if you're talking about women education, even when you are talking about women upliftment. So these all things play a very, very important role. I'll show you the whole Unnat Bharat Abhiyan journey later on also, but just I wanted to specify that how UBA, IIT Delhi, Jamia Hamdard are all connected with the inclusivity concept, connected with the ICT concept, and also the social and the community engagement. Now, this is one of my, again, inclusivity specification, because I'm also connected with the Google developer groups, and in there also we transform children, we educate them, we help them out, no registrations being included, and this is also an aspect where ICT is playing an important role. So this is also a specification where inclusivity plays a very, very important role. Then this is a small video I would like to show to you everybody, that how inclusivity and how ICT are closely related to each other. And then during our discussions, during our interactivity, we'll be focusing on this concept also. So let's see this beautiful video. I think the special, very, very special word in the video is it's everybody business, including yours. Normally, we think that when we are talking about any kind of social upliftment or societal and community engagement, we normally think that, as we discussed, that this will be done by the government. And we normally say that this is the government responsibility. I totally disagree with this statement. This is everybody's responsibility. Even of, for example, if you are taking some chips packet from outside and if you throw it in the dustbin, it's your responsibility. It's no government responsibility that government organization, somebody come and take your chips packet and when you throw it on the road, they'll pick up. So these are the things are the responsibility of these are the things which are the responsibility of the community, and it is the responsibility of the people. So talking about the important things that ICT brings, it is breaking barriers, personalized learning, and social inclusion. For me, these are very, very beautiful lines, because when they are saying that breaking barriers, because education is one thing, I believe that we normally say in Hindi के modern जो होते हैं वो हमारे clothes नहीं होते, modern हमारी सोच होती है, that the modern is our thinking and modern are not our clothes. So what does education and what does ICT brings is a modernization of the society, and modernization of the society in terms of the positive thinking, in terms of personalized learning, in terms of social inclusion, because it brings a sense of social integration and belonging for all. For me, I think as my personal upbringing takes me to me, always I was told every time that there should be a sense of belonging for all, not only that if you are eating for only for you. We normally say that if your neighborhood, there's somebody, some issues with them, you have to communicate with them, you have to solve their problems also. So I think these are the important things that will bring a transformation for the society, and by using the digital tools, because as I already told you that I'm a computer engineer, so those digital tools, especially talking about the artificial intelligence which is coming into the picture, that will create environment that are accessible, that are engaging, and are equitable for all students. So I think this plays a very, very important role. Now when we talk about ICT tools and special need learners, this play a very important role, because we have lot of when we are talking about softwares that have eye tracking software, speech to text recognition programs, even we have interactive sign language videos coming for the communication barriers. And nowadays the NPTEL and the SWIM are bringing lot of platforms, that is a government initiatives, which are helping the people who are have some issues, who have some special learners, and they are reducing the communication barriers of those particular learners. Also, there are lot of applications that are being available for people who are suffering from dyslexia. We have lot of cases of autism, because I think mobile phone, I think it is a blessing in disguise, but it can also harm, because I have heard lot of cases, lot of close ones, people and small children, they are suffering from autism, they are suffering from lot of psychological issues because of the continuous use of this mobile phones. And there are also special education and special application that are targeted for the people who have a lot of physical disabilities, and providing them some learning pathways. Also, when we talk about enhanced engagement, there is a lot of technological specification which are bringing users and people flows with a lot of educational activities. And as I told you that since I'm again talking about why it is very close related to artificial intelligence and virtual communities, because we are creating online platforms. I think this is the best example. I'm here with or connected with all of you who are coming from different and a faculty induction program, people coming from different areas, people coming from different scenarios, people coming from different states, and I am here from Delhi connecting with you all and through the online platforms. I think COVID brought this picture a lot, and before that, we never thought that we could have connected like this. So this is a beautiful and lovely learning environment where we can connect with lot of virtual peer groups. I can tell my examples only that during COVID, I gave around 100 to 150 lectures, a lot of lectures coming from Atal FDPs and STTPs, and a lot of lectures from different organization. And what helped me is I became a better learner. I learned a lot of tools like the Tableau tool. I learned a lot of machine learning environment, because these were the things that were less acceptable before 2020, and now they everybody is using it. So this is lot of and I connected to number of researchers, I connected to number of students, number of people because of this environment only. So the talking about the virtual peer groups, this is playing a very important role. And when we are talking about these virtual communities, what they are doing, they are providing, I think we all have heard about the Physics Wala, what Physics Wala online platform is doing. I think Byju's brought that drift, but I think because of their own personal some company issues, Byju's is almost on the end of collapsing. But what other companies have done, they have taken all the customers of Byju's. I think so Physics Wala has done that. So Physics Wala has captured all the Byju's customers. So talking about what Physics Wala started with very less, nothing to be charged, and some online videos, some YouTube videos, and now they have become a brand. So these virtual communities are powerful engines for inclusive education, allowing students to not only learn, to grow, and also to, irrespective of the physical localities, locations, or the abilities they are facing upon. Now, talking about, as I discussed with you, that there are a lot of case studies which provide the information that the community engagement and online education are playing a very important role. And there is a University of Strathclyde that they had exemplified successful online inclusive education by providing fully accessible learning materials combined with dynamic real-time interaction forums. And as I told you, NPTEL, SWAYAM platforms, they are also providing lot of good interactive certifications, and they are now acceptable by every organization, every university, and students are benefiting from those particular platforms. And the important thing is that you have those enhanced perspectives, you have those critical instructor trainings program that are helping in those particular environments. Then when you talk about engaging the students, it's important to understand that you need to engage the families, because I always believe in this particular environment to specify that the missing link in the inclusive ICT success is that we are not engaging families. So it is important to understand that there is a specification that only 38% of families are consulted regarding the assistive technology needs, highlighting a critical gap in the current practices. So it's important to connect with the families, not only with the students, not only with the participants. The family should be connected. Also, family possesses an invaluable insight with the children issues, and they know a lot about the children issues, and the personalized and effective ICT solutions can be provided by connecting with the family. Also, it's important for strategic engagement. That is, when we involve family, then the unique perspective and the ongoing support are indispensable for the successful integration of the ICT. So I think this plays a very important role, that when you need to have those strategic engagement, I think families need to be connected. Now, talking about inclusive outreach, as I told you, what UBA and Jamia Hamdard and IIT Delhi are doing, that is social characterization. I told you that we have like adopted 5 villages, and the adoption of those 5 villages are very nearby to Jamia Hamdard. So what we are doing as told that use a demographic data, and we talk to them, we connect with those people, and I can tell you that they have money. They have, so for example, they have 10 rupees. For example, they have 10 rupees. They go and buy a chips packet. So if you can teach them that have a healthy thing, 10 rupees, you can get two bananas. Those bananas could be much better for you, for your health, for your so I think this teaching is important for them. Our team, UBA team, normally go and visit, and every, I think every month we go and visit these families. We go and visit these, because in Delhi we have those urban villages, so we go and visit those villages. And what the thing and what the issue that we have found out is, they have those TVs, they have those smartphones, they have smart watches. But the thing is that there is a lot of like, they don't know how to sanitize, they don't know how to eat healthy food. They have lot of issues regarding to sanitation. Lot, for example, there is a they don't have a dustbin, they don't know where to throw those things which is not used by them. So those education and those important information they don't have. So we need to understand that the community requires education in terms of not only teaching, not only class education, but also that, for example, in the COVID we built there was a small project. We got the funding from IIT Delhi, and we made a portable sanitizer system for them. And it was a leg sanitizer system that you don't have to use your hands. And we made a small, because we have the students of computer science and engineering, so they made a small app for them. That app gave them 5 to 10 minutes every time a message like an alarm type that go wash your hands, be stay be stay don't stay very close to everybody, and those COVID guidelines that were there. So they were very much connected with those particular initiatives. They were very much connected with those particular environments, and they were able to adapt to our learning. So these are the things that help them a lot. And what we also learned with them, that this community engagement works with and it works with deep understanding and strategic communication. And it is a very important thing to understand, to understand the issues they are facing. We also went and talked to them. So they were facing like there were girls who didn't know how to use a sanitary pad. There were boys who don't, because growing boys, they don't understood their issues. So even we went and talked about them. We provided those sanitization information, we provided those issues and queries information. We had some doctors also with us, because Jamia Hamdard is coming from a paradigm that we have a hospitals also. We conducted health camps there, we guided them. So it is important to understand that reaching out to communities and connecting them. I'll also share you the WhatsApp groups messages, and the WhatsApp group links, and the Instagram, because everybody who are there also can connect with them and guide them in any of the best we can, or they can connect to the UBA Jamia Hamdard family also. So let's see this, and this is again a beautiful video which show you how this inclusivity is playing a very important role in the current scenario. So I think the main gist to what this particular video showed is that to understand the needs of the students, to understand the need of the user, to understand that every student has some speciality, everything, every person is unique on their own, plays a very, very important role. So talking about this, there are three C's of community engagement, which include clarity, consistency, and connection. I think it's important to understand that these three things play a very, very important role, because unless and until you have that clarity to establish those transparent goals and expectation for all the participants, the purpose of engagement will not be filled. Similarly, when we are talking about the consistency, I think building trust. I will tell you one of the important incident that normally happens when we go with the UBA in the UBA villages, that trust plays an important role, because normally if you go to any place and you knock to a door of a person and you will say that I've come to ask you what's your problem are there, nobody will entertain you. So what we do, we first go talk to them, talk to the people who are outside. We have a student team with them. The what plays a very, very important role, those young budding engineers are with us. So what do they do? They have a very polite, they have a very humble way of understanding people. So they come with us, they interact with people, they connect with them. We first build the trust, then we ask about their issues, their needs, and then we collaborate with IIT Delhi, and then we give those projects that these are the problems. Currently, we were there in the Ali village in the, near our near Jamia Hamdard only, and we found that the problem of lightning, that those areas don't have proper lights, and so though we have now thought of going for a project for solar connection, solar connectivity in those areas, so that will be very helpful and beneficial for them. So talking about these scenarios help to provide those genuine relationships. They provide the set of belongingness and participation, and those active participation play a very, very important role, because when you are talking about these particular scenarios, these particular specification of these credibility and community involvement, then only you will be able to do something, because unless and until those consistency, connection, and trust will not be built, then the community engagement is not possible. Then as discussed, as we were talking about, that teacher training and policy support plays an important role, because when we're talking about this UBA thing only, I always say, because there will be financial obligations, there will be policy and funding requirement. So we at Jamia Hamdard, the very lucky to have, we have the Hamdard National Foundation, and that Hamdard National Foundation is playing a very important role, because if IIT Delhi give us a fund of 1 lakh, they give us the same amount, because we go and we provide solutions, we build projects. So HNF is playing a very important role in this community development environment, because our founder Chancellor Janab Hakim Abdul Hamid Sahab had that vision, because he treated so many patients without any charge, without any money, and there was like people who came to him to get the solutions, and he provided solutions without charging anything. So talking about these particular policy and funding supports, we are connecting with number of NGOs. We have the Business Employment Bureau with us, that is also connected with Jamia Hamdard, and we are connected with a lot of organizations. So countries like Finland and Canada have provided those robust policies of ICT in education. So I think India is also on the path, and hopefully we also get those support and fundings, so that we are able to do something for the maintaining inclusivity of the children. So talking about the social upliftment, ICT plays a catalyst for equity and empowerment, because it provides social upliftment, very important. And also talking about this community engagement, as I told you, starting in the starting only, I'm always discussing about this UBA thing, because we play a very, very important role in the community engagement and ICT investment, because we always tell you that we talk about AI. Normally when we talked about about AI, we in the past 10 years before, we thought it is kind of a Hrithik Roshan movie where there's some science fiction is there. But I think everybody is using AI. Everybody have that artificial intelligence in their system, in their mobile phones. So it's important to understand that ICT is the need of our. So what we are doing from the Unnat Bharat team, I'll show you a small video, and this is a small video which help you to understand how we are working from the UBA. So this is a small, lovely video that showed how UBA Jamia Hamdard team is working, and what we are doing. After the end of this particular PPT, we'll show you the 5 years journey that we have done for community engagement and providing those ICT education. I'll first take some of the cases of different countries and India, what they are doing for the ICT education and community upliftment, and then talking about the global aspect in terms of inclusive education. I think in the UNESCO's 2023 report highlights a significant academic performance boost for students with disabilities, and this aligns with the SDG 4. I think everybody knows the Sustainable Development Goals, and those SDG 4 is an important specification because it's provide identifying information and communication, that is ICT, as a pivotal enabler for providing inclusive education for champions of social justice, individuals, and also for education for all. I think education for all will be very, very important if ICT is involved in it. Otherwise, it will become difficult to physically connect to number of people who have lot of issues in them. Then when we are talking about this national vision of NEP of 2020, and the NEP 2020 is also very closely related to the scheme, where it focuses on that the core principles of schooling and ensuring that no child is left behind. Very important. I think those all the educators who are connected with the NEP 2020, they know that no child left behind is the core scenario which is coming from the specification of NEP 2020 and providing the inclusivity factor in the education system of India. Also, when we are talking about empowering children with special needs, 22 lakh children with special needs, that is the CWSN, were enrolled in the mainstream education in the 2021-22 data, showcasing that how the significant progress is taking place. Then we also have the Samagra Shiksha scheme, I think for Indian perspective, It is supporting the inclusive education, providing resource centers. We have the dedicated special educators and essential assistive kids scenarios. Then we also have the NCRT is doing a lot of that. Is we have the e-Pathshala platform, and the e-Pathshala is providing the digital learning. I told you that SWAYAM and NPTEL also providing those formats, and there are a lot of content coming directly from the quality education of IITs, Kharagpur, IIT Kanpur, and I am also the SPOC NPTEL. So we are seeing how students, how teachers are benefiting from those particular environment. Then there was a case study, a project in 2027 completion, that is Andhra Pradesh unlocking potential through tech. And in Andhra Pradesh, there's a project 2027 which is being launched, which is Beacon of Hope. It focuses on integrating the special needs student into the mainstream school through futuristic ICT tools. And the pageant example is the Rajesh Didi, a child with the Savant syndrome, who is not just learning but thriving in junior Python coding, and even the Bhavita Center is supporting them. This initiative have a strong collaboration with local NGOs. I also believe them, because we also with Jamia Hamdard, UBA, we are working with Sikh Foundation, the Prajna Foundation. They all are local NGO which are helping us to connect, because I told you the trust factor, how to build the trust with them, because the local NGOs, they have those information. So we go and connect with them. We provide them digital education. Even the latest project that we got, that latest project had the specification of green and blue smart dustbins, and then we provided them information that how manure or how compost can be made from those waste material. So that was a beautiful learning experience for them. Then talking about their success stories of Priya journey in Mumbai, and Priya was connected with the Universal Design for Learning, and at 12 years he had cerebral palsy, and found a voice and confidence thanks to inclusive technology, and empowered by the text to speech applications that we have currently with the ICT platform. Her teacher Sharma skillfully implemented ICT, transforming Priya's participation and boosting her self-esteem. So the story illustrates that how the universal design for learning, that is the UDL principles, powered by assistive technology, are creating inclusive urban education and providing and helping people with various special needs. Also, there is a story which is dealing with Ravi stories in Rajasthan, and what was told by the local NGO trainer, that ICT didn't just teach Ravi to read; it taught him he belonged. I also understand it is belonging. People with lot of issues, they have those problem with belongingness, because they don't see coming to the mainstream. They don't specify that how they can belong to the people where everybody is connected. So in a remote village in Rajasthan, Ravi, a dyslexia student, found his academic footing through the differentiated instruction powered by the ICT. He benefited from the audiobooks, pictorial worksheets, the adaptive learning applications, and a local NGO teacher helped him to do these work. And this is a remarkable improvement in Ravi's literacy and bridging the rural education gaps. So this is also a very, very beautiful journey. And this journey specified that how this story and this real-time cases are showing that there is a lot of changes being happening. Then we have a lot of community engagement in Jharkhand also, where their peer monitoring is being done. There's a lot of visual storytelling environment being specified, and even students are engaged in collaborating learning. I again come back to UB, our students, our BTech students, our MCA students, MTech students, they are part of a UBA journey. They are going to the villages, irrespective what places they are. Not only boys, girls are very much. I'll show you the journey, 5 years journey, where you can see that everybody is going, connecting, creating those belongingness, and the three things, that is the teacher training, peer monitoring, and visual storytelling, and empowering community involvement plays a very, very important role, because if you want to make those changes, community needs to be connected. Then talking about ICT, there is UNESCO's global framework. Even we have the mobile technology and the OERs, that is the open educational resources that they are helping. Then we have the cost effective and the educational dissemination. And ICT is providing this knowledge dissemination to every person, especially in the remote and marginalized communities. Then equity, that is ICT reinforces as a universal catalyst for providing education and promoting social equity on a global scale. And also the key strategies that I believe that are effective for ICT driven inclusion are we need to follow the UDL principle, that is universal design for learning. And for that we need to ensure that all learners are accessible, all learners are connected and have engagement with everybody. A capacity building for educators should be provided. Multi-stakeholder partnerships. I think NGOs are there, teachers are there, government organizations are there. In every company, in every tech company, there's CSR initiative. That is corporate social responsibilities. In university, we should have the university social responsibility, academic social responsibilities. These things should be created, and families to create a whole subsystem, because this collaboration between the government, these NGOs, the tech companies, these families will play a very, very important role. And also the continuous assessment and adaptive of technologies, because normally what we see that when we go and adapt some technology, some innovation for our particular program, for a particular project in some of the villages, the next time when we go, they normally forget about it. So we have to go to them, talk to them regularly, inspire them regularly, connect with them regularly, and we need to tell about them that these are the things which are a daily life things that need to be adapted and that need to be provided a solution based environment. Then towards a just and inclusive future with ICT, it's need to understand that the journey towards inclusive education powered by ICT is important for the global transformation for communities in both India and across globe. And we need to understand that when we are empowering every single learner, there is a sustained community engagement that we are bringing. There's a continuous development of innovative digital solutions that we are bringing. Also, we need to understand that all stakeholders need to understand that we need to invest proactively in inclusive ICT education. And when we do so, we should unlock the boundless human potentials and pave the way for true upliftment for all, creating an equitable and just future. I think fairness, inclusivity, digital solutions, equitability is the just future specification. So, coming from the background of AI, I think we all have AI at our home. Just on a lighter note, see what happens when AI talks. Just listen this.
Dr. Serin, we can't hear you. I mean, this.
You cannot hear me, ma'am?
No, I mean, we can hear you, but we cannot hear the video.
Achha, okay, I think if there's voice problem, I think participant can just see the captions. I think that caption.
Okay. ठीक है. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll again play it.
Now,
I think this is a general scenario I also face at my home.
yeah.
Because Alexa with me, and Alexa.
Now your voice has become very small. Is it my problem? Let me see. No, it is not. Your voice had gone down. So now I think.
My voice.
Now it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Just.
It's okay, ma'am. Shall I play the video?
Yeah. Yes, I can. We can hear you now clearly.
Okay. So, ma'am, can you tell me that? Can you hear this video?
No, not exactly. I think
Can we
the participants can write in the chat box if they can, because I can't hear.
okay, just a sec.
No बोल रहे हाँ.
No issues. Not a the videos. I can tell you the previous video which had some captions also. So this is a very beautiful learning environment, and I can tell you what AI is helping us to do. I have that. My voice is audible, ma'am?
Yes, very
Yes.
much.
What AI is doing for us, that AI has understood me also and my son also, because I talk a lot and I have a lot of thinking that I like to talk in a shero shairi manner, because I believe I have love for the shero shairi. So when I talk to Alexa and I ask Alexa, how are you? So Alexa returned back to me that in a shero shairi manner that I am very good, and with a share response. And when my son talks to Alexa, Alexa knows that my son wants just a single answer because he talk very less. So when Alexa asks, he asks Alexa, how are you? So Alexa says, I'm okay. So this is the learning. This is the AI learning, because AI has adapted us. AI is providing those learning environment for us. So what AI is doing, AI is making you learn. AI is learning from you. So it has understood me, my thinking, and my son, both of their thinking. So it is responding in that particular scenario. Also, I would like to show you all. These are the things I'll just reconnect. This is the. I would like to show you the UBA journey of Jamia Hamdard. Just a sec. My screen is visible, na ma'am?
Yes, it is visible for sure. Your email IDs are there. I mean, different email IDs and then website. Yeah.
Is the Unnat Bharat book? Not
no,
now?
I think Scopus Scholar. And then no, I think Unnat Bharat ka I can't
I'll
see.
reshare, ma'am. I'll reshare. Just a second. Is it now visible?
Yes.
Yes. So this is I always want to show to everybody and what we are doing. I think this small picture, the first picture, shows us the journey, and you all can see that these are our students. ये हमारे students हैं, और even our vice chancellor sir is there. He was the first UBA coordinator from Jamia Hamdard. So everybody, right from the administrator person to the students, even our non-teaching staff, our teaching staff, they are involved in the UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. And the person here, you can see, this is he's our chancellor, and he's coming from the Jamia Hamdard family, and he also is a part of UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. Our students are there, and ma'am, you can see these. Everybody participant can see the pictures. These are all our BTech students, our MCA students who are going to the communities, who are providing them the real thinking, connecting to them with the society, and a simple initiative. For example, the Bharati Bhasha Divas, what was there? We connected with them because their people speak different language. So we ask them to sign in their own language. We teach them signing, and what gift we give them is bag, because we want them that to be connected with the education. So normally we go and give them bags, we give them some things that they are connected, and then we go back second third, they see that normally these people say that they can forward those gifts, but they are connected. So we keep on monitoring them also. We keep, and these are the dustbins we have initiated by the IIT Delhi support, the financial support of HNF and Jamia Hamdard, and we install these smart dustbins in the Saidul Azab village. And this is a simple poem that I have written on my UBA Jamia Hamdard journey, and I will share to you also, ma'am. You can share with the participants. And also the thing is that everybody from Jamia Hamdard, even our chancellor, our vice chancellor sir, our dean, everybody are connected with the Jamia Hamdard journey, and we have lot of students who are connected. This is another my co-coordinator Gautami, who is connected with the UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. Even our VC sir ma'am, who is in continuous support with the UBA journey of providing inclusivity, ICT based education to differential society. And I would like to show you that we are really engaging. Ma'am, you can see, and all the participants can see, these are students who are actually going in those places, and ये जो झाड़ू भी दे रहे हैं, these are our students. They are actually going, they are making those areas clean. And this is the first picture shows of the digital education that they are providing. They are learners, they are providing them learning opportunities, they are teaching them how to connect, open the system, how to connect with a computer, how to connect an online call. Even these type of small things, our students are going there. And to connect with different departments of Jamia Hamdard, I also normally go and visit different departments, tell about the UB initiatives. And Jamia Hamdard students are getting advantage of going with lot of initiatives. And in IIT Delhi always call them with lot of programs that are happening there, and students get a lot of knowledge also there. So these are our initiatives which are continuously, and this is the Prajna Foundation. This is a Saidul Azhar, this is a Kalkaji Sudhar camp area where we installed these dustbins also. And this is a place, this is the NGO, people are working there. So we got connected with them. The Anganwadi the people were there, and we get connected with them, and we talk to them, we build trust, and we connected with them with lot of issues. Even the students are regularly going with these children. See, we always tell them that गीला कचरा कहाँ डालना है, सूखा कचरा कहाँ डालना है. And what are the things that they make a lot of graphics, they make lot of poems, lot of images, they share to us, we give them certificates, we give them goodies, we connect with them with anything that we could do to make them come to the mainstream of the education and also the society. These are the villages that we have adopted, and these are the Govindpuri slum areas. We have the Saidul Azhar village, we have the Kalkaji Sudhar camp region, the Tughlakabad, and the Jaitpur. These are the 5 urban villages of Delhi we have adopted. We go and we connect with them, maybe giving them something to eat, so that they talk to us, they give us our problems. Ma'am, see, I think participant can see the area. They are living there, but they don't have the basic needs. There's lot of unhealthy water, there's lot of things that it is not bringing them to the mainstream. So we've sought out those things in any way we can, in any of the small and the biggest way we can. We do go and do these specification. And we have regular, this is a small journey, we have regular workshops, we have regular meetings, we have Swachhta Pakhwada being organized. Also, seeing our initiatives, UBA Jamia Hamdard team was called by All India Radio, and they also the Doordarshan called us, the All India Radio called us, and they asked the students to tell about their journey, how you are helping them, how you are. We go and celebrate birthdays with them. Normally, this is there's another initiative that we go and celebrate birthdays of those students. We plant trees, we plant small plants so that they grow into trees, and we have those environment friendly structure also being provided in those scenarios. And also the thing is that there is also in DTU, there is a every 12th of January there is a conference happens, and normally we always go and visit that, so that we connect to different Delhi NCR educational institutions, so that we can work in a collaborative manner. Then we have the Republic Day celebrations with them, we have those orientation programs, and this journey started in 2019, and every year, every month, every week we have some or other programs being connected with these particular societies. Our students, ma'am, this survey is all done by our students. They are connecting with those societies. They are finding their problems. We are teachers, which we are going to those areas, and this is the smile they give us. They normally offer us our students food. We connect with them, and I think the smile brings the
Very
lot of.
inspiring.
Yes, this is a trust that brings, and they and we go and eat with them. We go and like this is a scenario we have established with them. We sit with them. I think this is the places we have sat with them. We have written with them. We have painted with them. And ma'am, you can see these are all our faculty members. These are all even our vice chancellor
Very
is there.
nice.
So these are the things that is providing the inclusivity environment for these particular scenarios. And this is the app. This is the app that is being developed by our students. And I think in my PPT, I told you how to connect your family. In this app, the video is developed by my son. He developed the video. So my whole family is connected with my UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. And what we did, we built in the Hindi also, so that those who cannot understand, they can. And we had this app very popular during 2020 in the scenario. And in the Google store, it was very popular. And these are the things, continuous the distributions. These are the leg sanitizer system we built for them, and they were utilized by these people. We distributed sanitary kits to the girls because they didn't knew how to use them. We provided them those trainings also. So this is a very beautiful inclusivity journey that we as people say that you are a computer scientist. I say no, I'm a social scientist, because connecting to the society and giving back to the society is very important. So we are teaching our students in any form you can connect and give back to the society. It is not always money. A small idea, a small belongingness, a small trust, a small connectivity you can provide them, then you can do wonders. And these are the regular lectures we have. We very renowned people are connected with us during those lectures. And also ma'am, this is Tushar Gandhi. He is related with Gandhiji, and he was so impressed by UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. He came and gave lecture on Gandhi Jayanti, and he was so happy with the work done that he was involved in our UBA Jamia Hamdard journey. Then these are the areas we went in the Saidul Azab village, and we connected with the local shopkeepers, their problems. You can see this wall, ma'am. This wall was so untidy. And what we did, we got this wall painted by the bacterial-free paintings. And what lovely wall it turned out to be.
Yes.
Depicting the UBA Jamia Hamdard, the initiatives. And the thing why this wall was important, because there were a lot of school students coming and passing by this wall. So now they also got this thinking that there is a blue dustbin, there is a green dustbin. You have to put gila kachra there, suka kachra there. That the thing. And a lot of people came. There was a chopal. This is a village chopal. Lot of people came there. So they also got very much inspired by these wonderful paintings. And this was a final painting. We went and then distributed some. These are the students that they were normally coming to the Chopal for playing. So that's why we chose that particular wall for painting. Then we had connected with our students with lovely paintings. They do paintings. They depict the Constitution during the Republic Day, so that the students are connected in any form that we have. And then we have a lot of goodies being distributed. We have a lot of certifications being provided to them, so they also feel connected. Our students regularly visit IIT Delhi with a lot of programs, and these particular programs help them to connect with the society. This is a very special program we had, that is the drug abuse and illicit trafficking, because these areas have those problems of the drug abuse and trafficking. So we had a lecture, and we connected people with them. Then on the yoga day, I think this was a very challenge, because we had to do some yoga day activity, and as I was in my hometown, so this is my son who displayed a video of yoga day. So my whole family, as I told you, we are connected with the UBA Jamia Jamia Hamdard journey. So we depicted this UBA initiative for our local villagers, and they also did those activities. We have anti-ragging weeks being celebrated to connect to the students. We also regularly have these. This is me, ma'am, and my initiate and my fellow. We go and like we have those broom also in our hand. So there's thing that we say that you cannot do. I think as teachers we can do everything to help students connected. Regularly we have Teachers Day celebration, so that students get up connected. So we have celebrations with our students, UBA Jamia Hamdard students. Then students, after the celebration, we say to them, go and watch that space. So they come with us, they watch those areas. And this is a very, I think, a very beautiful journey which is related to the belongingness. We have the Youth Day. We celebrates the National Youth Day. We have those birthdays, as I told you, birthdays being celebrated. Even the Voters Day. Every activities. We involve the students in the conferences also, because I think ICT initiatives are very important. So those conference initiatives, they also get involved. And then we connect with the online learning environment. Our students go there, teach those students. Then we have a very special share and care drive. We don't want people to give unnecessary things. We pack in a very nice manner. We pack them in a colorful manner. We pack very good things, not those things which are not to be used. We ask them to give things which are extra for you. If you have 5 pens, give 2 pens to others. Don't give those pens which are not working. So we teach them that particular belongingness. And then our students go and distribute by themselves. हम ऐसा नहीं करते कि you come and take. We go, we meet to that kids and we distribute those things and go and connect with those things. And then, as I told you, that we have those Teachers Day celebrations. And this is a very famous Yamuna cleanliness drive that happened in 2nd October 2024. And these are students who clean that place. Like I think it was just so special. Cleaning was done by them. मतलब वो कांच की तरह साफ हो गई थी. And those people were also so happy. But the problem is that then again they make those untidiness. But at least we are trying, teaching them the sense of responsibility, the sense of belongingness. Also, we had those movie screening activities. Currently, as I told you, we were called by the All India Radio and also by the Doordarshan. We regularly have initiatives with them also. And one thing I also want to tell you, that a very important initiative, this is a Republic Day run. We also had the Republic Day run with the small kids, with our students, so that some initiative could be taken on that particular aspect. And then we have those biodiversity visits by people coming from, even there was person who came from we had a global diversity executive, Joseph T. Miller, who was very astonished by the Jamia Hamdard. We have a very good herbal garden there. So he came, he visited, and then he helped us in those UBA working and initiatives. And this is the latest project that we are doing of the smart dustbins and installing. And this is a painting again we got in another village. This is the Dhobi Ghat area of Batla House, where we got these paintings done recently in July 2025. And then we were called by the Yamuna Cleanliness Workshop by the IIT Delhi team also. We visited there also. And these are the things that we are doing regularly. We are connecting with these small kids by their beautiful pictures, by their beautiful paintings. And this is again the project we got, where we taught them how to make compost of those particular waste things. So that compost also we trained them. And this is a very beautiful initiative that is taken by Jamia Hamdard UBA Arambh. We started this Arambh as a voice of our students who were connected. So many of the people and students say that we don't want to go and join politics, but we taught them that if you take initiative as good people go in politics, then there will be a lot of changes in the society. So this is again an initiative taken by Honorable Vice Chancellor, and this we'll be doing regularly. Now we have taken the responsibility of that Arambh will take place every year, so that students learn on those particular aspect. And these are, ma'am, are very workers. They are actually the team members, are beautiful students who are doing every kind of work. and they are so happy in doing them. They are managing their studies, they are managing their projects, but going with us in the villages also and providing those inclusivity. And we we are very, very thankful to Professor Virendra Kumar Vijay, who is the IIT Delhi National Coordinator for UBA, for always helping us for those particular initiatives. We are connected with these particular NGOs, HNF, Prajna, BEB, SEEK, and they are also the real stakeholders who are helping in these initiatives. These are all the UBA Jamia Hamdard links that you can connect, and in any way, if we can collaborate, all the participants we are there, it will be a great learning experience to everybody. So you can scan this also, and you can connect with the UBA Jamia Hamdard initiatives, so that the real meaning of inclusivity can be found out. So that's all from my side. I thank you all for this particular calling me here, and I think I'm open to questions if anybody wants to ask.
Very interesting talk. I think we have lots to learn from you, Jamia Hamdard University UBA program. I think every college is doing that, but I think you're doing excellent job. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sarin, for the interesting talk. I think I'll ask in the meantime, they'll write questions on the chat box. So till then, I'll just take some time to thank you. It was such an interesting and nice talk. You talked about ICT's role in inclusivity and breaking barriers. And again, using for empowering special needs using ICT tools. They're very, very nice. And then you also had shown your extensive engagement in community outreach program, your UBA program. It's just inspiring. And as I said, we need to learn so much from you guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Sarin. And I'll just wait for some questions in the chat box. Maybe it was so interesting, very nicely explained. So please do write questions in the chat box. Yeah. So how long have you been, so since 2022, 2020, you've been associated with this
in 2019, ma'am, we got this we joined the IIT Delhi, and in the second list we are you have to first fill
voice has gone down. I don't know, something's wrong.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, now I can hear.
In 2019, we filled this performer, and we connected with the IIT Delhi, and then we got selected in the second list. Okay. And because they ask you a lot of things, that how you can engage, because when we go in the regular meetings, we have understood that there are a lot of people who are actually adapting and who are actually adopting those villages, but no work is being done. There was a university, I would not like to take names, that they have adopted 50 villages, but IIT Delhi team was telling that what work you are doing is not reflected on the 50
adopted villages.
So the real work is not in the quantity, numbers, but quality. Yes. So 2019 we were selected, and then 2020 we got the funding. Now we have completed 4 projects. We are every year we are getting those projects and funds, and although they are small, like for example, sometimes we get 50,000, sometimes we get 1 lakh, but I think we make those numbers very effectively. We use them very effectively.
See with your work,
Yes, and one help we are getting is from HNF, Jamia Hamdard National Foundation. The project amount what you get from